while we're adding more people here in our call. Man, it is good to see y'all's faces. I'm just going to be smiling from ear to ear this whole call. I think we could just get on and just look at each other. We don't even have to talk. I just be like, hey, you guys, and just, yeah, be a little creepy, but it'd be fun. But you guys, I want to talk to you about a couple of really cool things we have going on. First one, y'all know what I'm gonna say. 3 syllables. Convention. You guys, we are planning an exciting event, okay, here in Dallas for y'all. I know that it stinks that we can't be all together in the big arena. Boo COVID, go away, right? That we can't be in Vegas breathing in all the cigarette smoke. Don't you love it? But next best thing, right? Next best thing, we're going to be together as a team here in Dallas at the Marriott at Shops of Legacy. We, and when I say we, I mean Sunday Anderson's team and down. Okay, so if you're on my team, Janice's team, Sunday, Stephanie, your diamonds, we are planning a party for y'all that's gonna blow your socks off with a professional DJ. Did I just say the words professional DJ? Come on, y'all. All right, we gonna party, we gonna have fun, we are gonna love on each other like this team does so well. So get your booties to Dallas. You need to go to dallasconvention2021.com. That has all of your information. And if you want, you can send my wonderful husband over a message and say, thanks for making a website called dallasconvention2021.com where we can register. Because we are that bougie, you guys. Y'all have your own website, okay? dallasconvention2021.com. Y'all, this guy's not just a DJ. He's literally one of the best DJs in Dallas. Okay. So again, get here because we're going to have fun. And I don't know about you guys, but yes, I need all the training that they're going to throw our way. And I want us to soak it up and take all the notes and learn all the things. But I also, my heart and my spirit needs to have fun with you guys. Like we need to have fun really well. And we need to have some fun, okay? After the year we've had, we need to have some fun. So get here to Dallas. We'll have a blast. That party will be on Saturday night. Well, and I know you guys are trying to make some other like sightseeing plans and things like that. And you'll still have time for that. So we'll be announcing more details about that party very, very soon. Book club. I have talked about this so many times. Our team is doing a book club right now, and it just so happens that we picked a book by the same author that corporate is using right now, John Acuff. I love me some John Acuff. You guys have heard me talk about him for a long time. I take full credit for him coming to corporate. The John Acuff Plexus Love Affair, it's all me. I'm telling you, full credit. Full credit. No, I'm just kidding. Sort of, but I do have proof that I sent emails way back in 2013. I'm serious.
Yeah,
anyway,
put up some of
you guys,
stuff
this book, it's called Start. Well, the tagline of this book is, hold on, here we go. Get some muting going. The tagline of this book is punch fear in the face. Do you not just love that visual? We just started it. We're only in chapter 3. This week we're doing chapters 3 and 4. You say, Amber, there's no way I can read 4 chapters by tomorrow night. When we meet on Zoom for book club, that's okay. I don't care. Join us anyway, okay? Be looking for more about that on Pinkly. Stephanie Erskine, I just muted you. If you could, can you unmute real quick if you don't want to turn on your video, because I'm totally throwing her on the spot. But talk to us just a minute about the 21-day summer slim down. Can she hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm so sorry. I didn't check my mute. Sorry, it's bath time and bedtime for the kids.
I'm sorry. I know I'm putting you on the spot. I'm so
No,
sorry.
You're fine. You're totally fine. Okay, so yeah, summer slim down. We are on day 3 today. So honestly, if anybody wants to come and do it with us, if you need accountability, like this is the best group. We're doing accountability sheets. There's prizes. You'll learn more about intermittent fasting and the belly buster. which is the lean and coconut milk. And so we're just all incorporating that and yeah, just having a great time together. So it's lasts until June 6th and it's on the Your Health and Wellness page.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephanie. If you're not a part of that page, reach out to one of us and we'll add you to it. You guys have seen over the last couple of months as I've been able to lose a little bit of weight, and intermittent fasting has been a huge part of that. So take advantage of these things that we're offering you guys. Even if you just want to sit there as kind of a fly on the wall, maybe you're not ready to ask all the questions yet, and that's okay. Maybe you're not quite ready to, hello, are you ready for this? Full circle. Start just yet. Hey, it's the book. What? That's okay. Be watching, get the information, soak it all up. And when God says, hey, honey, it's your time, you are ready to go. Okay? You're ready to go. And like she said, that's on the Your Health and Wellness page. Thank you, Stephanie. Have fun at bath time. You guys, Mia, oh, she's so cute. Every time I see pictures of her, I'm just going to squeeze her. Anyways, she's so cute. And a lot of you guys have asked on a personal level about our adoption, because you've heard little things when God, I love when God says, hey, honey, yes, we are pursuing an adoption. You've heard little things. We will be making a very public announcement very soon, but we're super excited to share that on a personal level with just our Plexus team, because you guys are a lot like family to us. Speaking of family, hashtag segue. I have so many people in Plexus that are my diamond brothers and sisters that are so, gosh, when I hang out with them, it feels like you're with family. It's just so much fun. We laugh. This gal, Jennifer Leath, oh my word. I have a feeling if we were ever like asked to collaborate on a project together, it would look a little like Tina Fey and Amy Poehler hosting the Golden Globes. Like, as I was thinking about that, like that, maybe I'm thinking a little too much of ourselves. Maybe we're not quite that funny, but I feel like we are. That's very arrogant, but we know the gifts that God's given us. But this girl, I have had so many people, we're standing next to each other, say stuff like, y'all are the exact same person. And we're like, yay. And we are. She has one more One Plexus award than I do. But only one more. So I'm gaining on her. I'll get there, right? She has got a heart of gold, also a heart for adoption. I love this girl. She makes me laugh till my stomach hurts, and I love her. Jennifer Leath, thank you for jumping in for us. We had Brooke Knitz scheduled for tonight. We'll get her rescheduled. She's running for school board in her little county in Kansas, and they sprung a meeting on them tonight to maybe kind of trip them up just a little bit, if you know what I'm trying to say. So she was like, I have to be there. I can't miss this. And so I said, girl, you go do that. You're doing bigger and better things. We'll handle the call. And Jennifer said, yes, I'll do it. So Jen, if you would unmute, I told her you can talk about whatever you want for as long as you want. And then if we have time, we'll do a Q&A.
Well,
and you've got quite the fan section down here in the chat. I don't know if you've seen it, but quite the fan section. So.
Well, too kind and too sweet. It's funny because I had a room right next to Amber, and some of the things that I walk out my room to go out downstairs and she'd be standing there, and the things she would say, I was like, where have you been my entire life? Like, you are exactly the kind of person I need. Humor is always good because it breaks the ice, but it also is connecting. So I want to talk to you guys. I want to talk to you about a topic that actually every time I've seen it in the past, I'm like, really, this again? I'm like, I get it. Like, I understand. But it became way more apparent to me this year that this is something I lacked in, and I didn't even think I lacked in it. And it's gratitude. It's gratitude. And it's something that I think we heard about that so many years in Plexus, and we gratitude journals, and every day in your IPA, write 3 things you're thankful for. And I literally never did it because I said to myself, I'm grateful. Like, I'm grateful. And I carry my food stamp card in my wallet. So I always have this like reminder of where I came from. So every time I go to the grocery store, I see it in there. The thing I used to be embarrassed of, I see it and I go, Jennifer, look what God has done. So I thought I was living in gratitude, and I would have never questioned that, except it turns out the evidence of gratitude wasn't there. So I'm going to talk to you about, for your business purposes, but also for your personal life, fighting for gratitude. And it actually can be a fight. I don't want this to be, okay, I'm so thankful I have a house. I'm so thankful I can walk. I'm so thankful I can talk. I'm so thankful, blah, 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 blah. Those are good things. But how many of you have a day where you just walk ever loving, happy all the time? Nothing weighs you down. You don't have any worries. You don't have any anxiety. You don't have any children that are fighting. I don't ever have a day like that. So why is it that one person with a hard day still shows up head up high, smiling, moving forward, but another person it defeats, it shuts them down? Why is that? And so I'm going to kind of walk through different things that have happened in my business, and you pick out what sounds like has happened to you and really take to heart what I'm going to say about fighting for gratitude. So first of all, gratitude is looking at the things in your life that are blessings. And so especially if you're a person of faith, you know where that blessing came from. And so easy for us to forget what it would be like without that. Like it's almost like we take it for granted, or we forget how good it really is. So gratitude is showing appreciation for what you have, because it could have easily been taken away, right? What else can gratitude do? It's proven that it betters your health and it strengthens your relationships. When you show gratitude, you have stronger relationships. If that's true, then sign me up, because this is a relationship business. So if we are practicing gratitude, then we are going to be connecting with people so much better. That person that's at 97 PV that you are so annoyed with, like every time you see their name, you're like this thing happens with your lip and you're just every time, that wouldn't happen, because and this isn't just you thinking it. This is the fight for gratitude. The fight, like you go to your messenger, you open it up, you go to Karen. I'm calling her Karen. You go to Karen and you say, Karen, I just want you to know I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you've been ordering the last year right under 100 PV. Thank you for that one. Thank you. You show gratitude. And I have always struggled with this, because have you ever heard someone accuse someone of being a Pollyanna? Like they're just always staying in this positive space, and you feel like it prevents you from having real human experience, because we're going to have things we disagree with. We just are. That's just how it's going to be from here to the end of time until Jesus comes back. We're going to disagree with things. Evidence: pineapple lemongrass. People were upset. People are mad. People wish that was done differently. Where's the gratitude in that? So let's talk about that. Don't throw pineapples at me, because I understand more than ever that they're never going to do everything perfect and right, just like I'm never going to do everything perfect and right. And the truth is, when I look at it, I feel like it's been done better than it ever has been, because I take myself back. Anybody else? The first starfruit guava? That was one of the hardest days I've ever had. This is so much better than that. And so then you think, well, that's not really fair, because I really needed more and I had to disappoint people because there wasn't enough. And then I would say to you, have gratitude that people want to order our products, because the truth is, I have a sister that was making double what I make with LuLaRoe, and with literally a snap of a finger, that was taken away from her because the way that their compensation plan is set up. And now, do you hear anybody really talking about buying leggings or buying maxi skirts? And here she is with all this inventory, and she would kill to sell 50,000 items in an hour. She would kill for the upset of disappointing someone because she didn't have enough inventory. That's a dream for her, and we're calling it a thorn in our side. We have to fight for the gratitude. So let's keep going. Let's say you're looking at your points and you feel like they're going backwards. Well, you don't feel like it. You see that they are. You're like, well, last month I was at 110 and it looks like I'm going to end this month at 90. This is where the fight really gets intense, because what you should do, what you want to do, is look at that and say, I knew I wasn't going to be good at this, or it's not fair the way that the compensation plan set up, or this is too hard to get people to stay. And here's the problem with that. Fear and joy cannot reside in the same place. You got to pick one. And this is just truly science. Like, this is actually the truth. If fear and joy cannot reside in the same place, all that time I'm spending living in that worry and frustration and my points going backwards, if I fight for gratitude and I say, Jen, it's better than having no points. It's better than a day without plexus. It's better than being at zero. It's better than my whole team leaving for another company. If I turn myself around and go, I am so grateful for each of the people that those 90 points represent. Here's what happens. I'm not asking you to have fake gratitude where it's like, so glad that I have 19, other people have 40, but I'm really happy with my 19. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to fight to get into the place where you really are grateful, because you could have nothing, right? You could have zero. And when, this is the fun part, when you have that gratitude, when you feel that feeling, because you have to choose it. I feel like I'm pushing myself to look over here when I want to look here. I'm going to push myself to look here and say, I am grateful. I am thankful. I am excited about my business. What happens is it's a shift in the way that your tone sounds. It's a shift in the energy that you have. It's a shift in the way that you start talking to people on your team. And when that happens, it actually changes the way that your team operates. And then they start showing gratitude, because the best thing that could ever happen is this trickles down. If this could trickle down, if you actually could get in the ring and battle this out, if you could Rocky your life every single day, all the time, this would begin trickling down. And so I've seen it with my kids. So my kids literally are professional fighters. Like, they fight so much. Does anybody else have kids that fight so much? I've actually thought I'm going to lock them in a bedroom and just see who comes out, because I don't even know what they're fighting about. It's ridiculous. I don't even know what's going on. But what I realized was I was building up, this is maybe just being honest right here, I was building up resentment, because I don't want to live my life with constant fighting and turmoil. And so every time my kids would come in the room, I'm like, oh, they're irritating me. They're fighting. They're frustrating me. And I wasn't showing gratitude, which, listen, it's hard, because I don't really feel that grateful when you come sit by me and tell me every single thing that your brother just said. But also, what if she wasn't there? What if I didn't have her? What if one day she's an adult woman and I look back and go, I wish that I would have appreciated the time that she did sit on the couch with me and talk to me about her stories. It's not easy for me. It's really not easy at all. Okay, customers. So what if we showed gratitude in our customer service? What if we taught our customers to respond with gratitude, instead of them saying, and this happened to me multiple times, well, I just really don't like the flavor of that. I wish it was the old flavor. Or I wish that they had starfruit guava, permanently, because I don't really like the peach mango. I turn that around, and to show them gratitude, I say something like, you know what I'm grateful for? That when you mix the peach mango with the Slim, it tastes amazing, because I have no other choice. I can agree with them. Yeah, you're right. I don't really like the peach mango. What have I done? I have actually given them permission to stay in a space where fear and joy cannot exist together. They choose the fear. The fear is, it's never going to be good. I'm never going to like it. And we're giving them permission to disengage from the passion, disengage from the positivity. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to say, I wish that corporate would do this, this, and this. Or I wish when they did the Christmas launch, they had this, this, and this. That's okay. But then you get into the fight. You have to start saying things. And if you can write it down, that's even better. And you'll be really shocked, actually, as you start writing things down. And it reminds me of marriage, because when I've gone to marriage counseling with my husband, I did not like it when the marriage counselor was pointing out all of the things that were wonderful about my husband, when I was really irritated about the things that aren't so wonderful. She's like, but I want to point out to you, Jennifer, you have a husband that loves you so much that he wants to care for you and take care of you. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. But have you ever seen him eat ice cream? It is disgusting. Like, I want to focus on the fact that he can't keep his mouth closed and I have to watch the experience occurring in his oral cavity. I don't want to talk about the good things, except for the fact that God's pretty funny, because his promises are true. And when we stay aligned with that, we actually have intimacy. When I actually can look at my husband and just be grateful, it changes my demeanor. It strengthens our relationship. And truthfully, if you're upset about pineapple lemongrass all day long, or it doesn't matter what it is. If you're upset about something in your business that your upline said, or that someone didn't follow through, or a customer wrote you something really nasty, if you are upset by that, here's what's going to happen. You're going to grit your teeth. You're going to tighten your muscles. You're going to try to play a game with your kids, but you're in your head thinking, I don't like Karen. I hope Karen chokes on her Slim. Like, you're thinking all these things. That's where you are, and your body is feeling it. Like, your blood pressure's up. This is all the cortisol. Your adrenal glands are like, she ain't happy at all. And you could still smile. You're not blasting anyone on social media. You're not doing anything ugly, but you are destroying yourself. You're literally destroying yourself. I have had experiences where, actually, this is funny. It's not funny. It's terrible. That first month that I started Plexus, and I'm a very bossy person, so bossy in a good way. I was going up to my friends and giving them a stick of the Slim, and I said, you have to try this. And I gave it to them. And yes, you're going to try this. So I happened to give it to one of these girls that really, really had a great reputation. Everyone loves her. She was basically running every single thing we were in. She had 3 adopted children from Haiti, 3 biological children, pregnant with another. I mean, like, she was amazing. Okay. And I gave her the stick of Slim. And the next, maybe a couple of days later, she posted on Facebook the most horrendous thing you could ever read about Plexus. And that was my first month. I mean, horrible. And she had all of her friends going, well, I'll never be trying that one. And I'll never have that. And thank you for telling us. Thanks for helping us dodge a bullet. And I'm like, this is the worst, because I had hope that this was going to turn out for me. And I was committed to it. And now look what she did. Now, I could have stayed there. I could have been frustrated with her, angry with her, disappointed about the hope being dashed. I could have been mad that it was stolen, or I could have had gratitude. And the gratitude was that I still had a gold team that was all in with me. They were all in. So yeah, Melissa Snow in Virginia, she was upset. I could have focused on Melissa Snow, and I could have let that take me down, right? And many things take us down. Or I could turn my shift, and I literally have to say, I'm going to fight for gratitude right now. Like, in the moment, I'm going to fight for gratitude right now. And the battle is on, because it's pinging. It's like that. It's like ping pong. It's just constantly like, but you don't even know. Okay, but Jennifer, but did you see, Jennifer? I'm doing it because, by golly, I want to be successful. I want to be happy. I want to make a difference. And it turns out I can't do that if I'm angry. Turns out I can't do that if I'm living in scarcity. Turns out I can't even help people when I'm expecting the worst out of them. When I'm focusing on all the things that aren't going right, that's actually the energy that I'm operating in. And then, because I chose to fight with gratitude, Melissa Snow in Virginia, who wrote the mean post, was my doula when I had my 5th baby, because it didn't matter. It didn't matter that she had that feeling or belief, because that's not my problem. That's not my problem. And so I have to live with open hands. So as you're listening to this and you're applying this to your business, here's what I'm thinking that you should do. These are your action items. Number 1, there is an amazing gratitude, and very cheesy, but Amber said she liked cheesy, amazing gratitude video that Steve Harvey does, the guy that does Family Feud. I'm really obsessed with him. I don't know why, I just like him so much. But he does this video that he talks about gratitude and what it's done for him in his life. And he shares how to show gratitude. And I listen to it every so often just to remind myself, because it's true. I lose perspective sometimes. I've caught myself going on a Plexus trip, 8 years in now, 6 years as a diamond. I've caught myself getting into my hotel room and thinking, is my room as nice as someone else's? Like, do I have the best room? Or is this a better view? Or who? Oh, she got a way better, and she's not even holding diamond or whatever. Like, I'm thinking this thought. And then I'm like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Did you ever in your lifetime think ever that this would be something that you would have had the privilege of doing? We have to fight for gratitude. So watch the Steve Harvey video. And then what I want you guys to do is I want you to become like this professional bug zapper, but instead of bugs, it's just bad mental trash. I want you to, every single time you get frustrated, oh, she said she wasn't going to sign up because of the social security number, or for whatever reason, the continue button's not working, or they're out of X, Y, and Z. Then the bug zapper goes off and you say, that's a real feeling, but it's not going to get me anywhere. And so you're capturing it. And then you say, I'm going to fight for gratitude. I'm going to fight for it. In my home right now, my oldest son is autistic, and my middle daughter, she's loud and loves to sing, and she loves to talk a lot, and she walks really hard. Every single thing that would make him trigger, every single thing. So it is all day, all the time, back and forth, back and forth. And sometimes I think, I just want to throw in the towel. This is so hard and so frustrating. And then I have to fight. And it's so worth it, because if I didn't, where would I even have joy? Because I know that the enemy would love nothing more for me to go ahead and be taken down. He would. And he wouldn't even think twice about it. But it turns out too, I went on a spiritual retreat. It's called Campwell. It was really incredible. But I got up and shared something with all the ladies, and I was showing them this visual that I have. And I don't know if you guys are believers or what I don't know what all of your thought processes are on this, but this is my belief system. I had my hand out and I picture that I'm in God's hands. Okay. Like I'm literally standing just like this. And I'm constantly trying to jump out of his hand. I just am. Either I'm mad, or I would have done it differently, or God, are you taking a nap? Like I get in these moods. And then when I try to jump, I can't do it. It's like my feet are cemented in his hands because I'm his, and he won't let me go. And what's beautiful about that is it gives me the courage to live in that gratitude, because I can believe and know that he's going to take care of me just like he does the birds of the air. And so he's going to take care of your business just like the birds of the air. But if you're going to self-sabotage and you're not going to teach your team to show appreciation, if they don't want to be with Plexus because they think somewhere else is doing it better, then go there. And you're going to find out real quick, nobody does it like we do it. Nobody makes decisions about the business based upon us. Everyone makes decisions based upon what's going to bring the most commas and the most zeros. That's not how Plexus operates. They always do it for us. And that's another place to have gratitude. All right. And then the last thing that I wrote down was the trickle effect. So I just mentioned that. So you're going to watch Steve Harvey. You're going to capture, you're going to be a bug zapper in all times, in all places, even with your husband, even with your kids, even when you're at the store and someone's like, ma'am, can you please pull your mask up? I want you to have gratitude. This is hard stuff. That's why I said fight. Okay. I want you to have gratitude. I'm so grateful that I even get to be in a store, because for 8 weeks, we weren't even allowed to go into a store, right? So these are things that we have to choose. Now the trickle effect. I want you to have conversations with the people on your team. I want you to say to them, sometimes this business is really hard for me. Sometimes it's really discouraging. But when I choose to look at all of the blessings, or what life would be like without this, or where I was before I said yes to Plexus, it reminds me how much I've grown and how much of a blessing this is. And I just want to choose gratitude. Will you help me do that? And will you do that too? If you could coach people every time they come to you, if you have a team where it's like, my phone is blowing up, that people are mad, that's an indication to me that you haven't taught gratitude, because I didn't get a single message, because it didn't matter. We were grateful that we sold $1.5 million worth of a product in less than an hour. And it wasn't fun for some people, but it's a drink. It's a beverage. It's all right. It's going to be okay, right? So keeping that perspective, whatever it is in your history, if you have a food stamp card like I do, or whatever it is that reminds you of a time of struggle where you felt so weary and you didn't have hope. You didn't think, you know what, it's going to be okay, because I believe that this is what I've been looking for. And I will tell you, come June 1st, what happens in our company in June, that gratitude is going to come easy for you. You're going to be grateful because it's going to feel good. And each one of you is going to experience some of the hopes and dreams that you've been banking on for years. This is going to be so big for you. It's going to be the biggest month of promotions in Plexus history in June. And so you're going to have gratitude just coming out of every pore. It's easy, of course. But then in a year, think about last year, we had the biggest wave of momentum you've ever seen. And it took no time at all for the fair weathered friends to turn around and say, well, this is not working. And if we only had multiple flavors or something, no, ma'am, no, sir. We're going to live in a place of gratitude. And we do that not because we're Pollyannas, but because it empowers us to have more success than any person could ever imagine in our company. Leadership comes because you earn it, and you only earn it through serving. And if you serve your people by teaching them this fighting for gratitude, you won't regret that. And in fact, I think it will change you as a person. So every time you struggle, just imagine yourself with like the headband this way, and like the wristbands, and like whatever it is that boxers have, or maybe you want to be MMA. I don't care, but I want you to fight like your life depends on it, because it actually does. Depression and anxiety, everywhere you turn. Do you know anybody that's depressed or anxious? Are you depressed or anxious? It's a really big, that's a pandemic right there. That alone is evidence that we have to turn our brains into a new direction, because this direction isn't working. The end. Goodbye.
Oh my goodness. Yes, nothing more needed to be said. I love that. That was the perfect ending, actually. I cannot even begin to tell you how much we needed this. And I didn't even tell you that our theme this week or this month with our team is gratitude. And so when you first started speaking, I'm like, isn't it funny how God does that?
I really didn't know that, you guys, honestly.
For who's ready to fight? Y'all ready to fight for some gratitude? Mm-hmm. Are we ready to teach this to our teams through our actions? Right? We're going to be grateful for that 97 PVer, Karen, why I oughta, right? So I am so grateful for you right at this moment, and for you allowing just the Lord to speak through you tonight. And I'm getting my phone right now is blowing up because of this call, way more than it did over pineapple lemongrass, telling me I needed this so much. I love this so much. Thank you so much. So Jennifer, thank you. I wanted to to open up the chat. Now listen, y'all cannot ask her what's coming June 1st. Okay, I know someone's gonna do it. She can't tell you.
You'll know on Tuesday. And I just look at the chat and I see oral cavity. That's literally the first thing I see in the chat. Yeah,
that's because that's what you said. You said oral.
I know. I'm just like, that's really funny.
Hashtag oral cavity. But here's what I think we should do. I do think you guys should, when this call is over, you should text everyone who wasn't on the call and be like, they told us all about the new comp plan changes. You missed it, dude. That'll really show them, right? Anyway, Jen Leath, I want to ask my team here, our team, open it up to some questions. Wouldn't that be funny? Like, you guys should get on these calls. They told us all about it, but we had to sign an NDA. I don't know. I want to open this up to Q&A. You guys, seriously, I want you to take advantage of this. You have one of the best who leads. What I mean by that is she leads incredibly well. And I think you guys probably get that from this call. But I'll open up the chat feature. If you don't have a lot of background noise, feel free to unmute and ask your question. Does anyone have anything they want to ask? Do you prefer Jen or Jennifer?
Just not Jenny.
Well, no.
But I like both.
Either one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
Terry Paxton, let's hear you, girl. Those glasses.
All right. Yeah, they're so big. I look like a caterpillar. And anyway,
all right. Amazing. Are you kidding me? You rock.
Okay, let me. They're back on.
Yeah.
Jen, oh my word! Thank you. Okay, my question is: have you always been able to focus on gratitude? Well, maybe not, because you were focused on that oral cavity. But my question is, what helped you make that shift? And what do you have to suggest? I mean, books, counseling, podcast, prayer, obviously. What do you suggest?
Okay, so this really came into my awareness because of Alita. So Alita is one of the most special people I've ever had the privilege of knowing. And when I was with her in her presence, I started to feel that I was a negative person. I started to feel it. It became very apparent to me. And then I started thinking, I always feel like I'm the most positive person. And so then I realized I think I'm hanging out with the wrong people. Like I think I'm actually spending time with the wrong people, because if I'm the most positive in my group, why am I in that group? And I don't think people are dispensable. I don't say throw them away, but my goodness, I get to choose who get the hours of my day. I want my hours to be around someone that's going to actually affect me for the good. So Alita's team, Cheryl's team, I mean, it's easy to get your feelings hurt because if you say something that's negative, they will call you out on it. And I love that. And I need that. And I respect them for that. So it really came into my awareness by being around Cheryl Muller, Megan Malakovic, Alita Langford. That helped me the most. But they have actually showed me different podcasts that they listen to. You know, a great one, and she's really getting her name out there right now, is Kristen Boss, but she has some really good podcasts about gratitude that I absolutely love, because to me, I thought gratitude was every day you list out 5 things that you're grateful for. But that's like checking a box. It's kind of like saying, I got my water in for the day, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but that's not realistic for the way life works, because life is really stinking hard. Even on your best day, it's hard. So if I check the box at 8 a.m. this morning, it's not going to help me at noon when my husband's eating ice cream. So at that moment, I'm then having to go back to the fight. So to answer your question, it was being with the right people. And that's what showed me and taught me.
I love that. Okay. And you said the podcast is Kristen Boss, like BOSS, Boss?
Her actual last name. Yeah.
That I want that last name.
So listen to this.
Cool.
Kristen Boss, she was at the convention where Bob Heilig spoke. Do you know?
Right? Oh, yeah.
I call him Bob.
That sounded like, yeah, Bob, and I didn't mean it quite. Well, he's kind of cute, but anyway.
Wait, do we need to call John Paxton on Bob Heilig? There.
No, I think I see Bob Heilig like when he was a first grader.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no, Terry's done a lot of Bob's stuff.
I love Bob's stuff.
He's great.
So, Kristen.
Well, and I call him Bob Hot Leg. But anyhow, so she's at the convention and she was watching Bob on stage. She was a gold ambassador, and it hit her. I don't want to be an ambassador with Plexus. I want to be Bob. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to love on people and serve them in the network marketing industry. And so that's what she went home deciding to do. If I told you what this woman is doing with her business, like I actually sat there and added up how much I think she's making based upon all the stuff she's doing. I was like, good gravy, good on her, because she's actually adding value. So all that to say, Kristen understands this industry, but the way that she shares, she's anti-hustle. And I completely agree with that, because I want to have my hair by the end of this. Like, I don't want to be bald with dark circles under my eyes. I want to be happy.
Thank you for sharing that. Thanks.
Absolutely. Oh, that's good stuff. I think I saw, did someone else unmute? Well, someone did, but anybody else have any other questions? Going once, going twice. Anybody? Okay, let me think of a good question to wrap this up, Jennifer Leath. Tell us what you see as, I think when you've been in this business as long as we have, and I think we kind of have the similar time span. I've been in Plexus also for almost 8 years, 6 of those as a diamond. So what has been something that you look back on? Was there one like turning point moment where it like clicked for you and you went all in and no looking back? Did that happen, or has it been slow and steady? Like, tell us maybe just a little bit about your journey, if you can, in just, a few minutes. Wrap up 8 years in a couple minutes.
Okay, that's a good question because it actually happened in the first couple of months. And it was because when I got to silver, Suzanne was really good at giving me instructions. Honestly, I admire her so much for her simple, duplicatable way of saying things. And I don't even know if she knew she had a system. She literally just told me, it sounds like you're going to have some financial issues affording the products. Let me help you go ahead and get your money back. And I was so grateful and appreciative that she wanted to help me with that. So I got to silver, and that kind of did make me think, I have cleaned houses while I was 8 months pregnant to make money for groceries, and I barely did anything. And I made at the time $175 when I got to silver. So it did make me think, well, there's a girl in town that she was always like the head of the PTO, and she always had like these Dooney and Burke purses, which I don't get it. But at the same time, I knew that she was a red, which wouldn't have called her that because I didn't know what a red was, but I knew that she would be very driven by this type of industry. And so we got into a conversation, and she started sharing with me things that she was finding on, which I would never have looked this up, things she was finding about this industry. And one of those was Sarah Robbins, who's one of the top leaders in Rodan and Fields. And she had a video where she shared her story. I was on my couch, a couch I had bought on Craigslist. It was nasty. But anyhow, I'm sitting on the couch, the kids are asleep, and I put on this Sarah Robbins video on YouTube. My computer, the right side was held together by a hair rubber band because it had broken, because it was always like, so I had like hair rubber banded it. And I was laying there looking at her and thinking, I cannot believe that I'm actually believing that this is actually something that I could actually do.
Yeah.
But I was actually believing that. And so that was kind of in me. And then Allison Bro, back then, you remember this probably, Amber, we did those free conference calls.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do Zoom, we did these phone calls.
Yeah.
And Allison has the most memorable accent. You don't forget her accent. It's different. And so she was doing this call, and she had a guy on, and he said that phrase about drawing your line in the sand. And he really drove it home. And part of it was, how dare you share this with anyone and not have been all in? They trusted you. Like, if you're going to do this, stop playing around. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing this. And that was it. I wasn't ever looking back. I was 100% all in. And to the point where, and I've gotten better about this, but if someone said something about Plexus, they were talking about my family. Like, I was hot. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've just been that kind of commitment this whole way through. But I also feel like, sometimes when people have a testimony and it's like they really remember when they were captivated by Jesus, like it was the before Jesus and the after Jesus. And that's so beautiful. And everybody thinks when they've been raised that way that they're missing out because they don't have that before and after experience. And I don't think that's true. But it is interesting because I know what it feels like to really not have anything, like to actually not have the money to pay your bills, like for real, actually struggle and embarrassed constantly and feeling all the shame. So for me, why would I ever think badly about Plexus? Because it is the reason why I was able to change my ever loving life. So I'm always gonna side on Plexus. Did that answer your question?
Yes, absolutely. And the more you talk, the more I realize, yes, I think we are the same person, because I'm the same way with Plexus. When I hear anyone complaining, when I hear anything, I'm like, oh, no, you ain't. Like, you are not going to mess with my people, with corporate, with other ambassadors, because it feels like family when you've been in it as long as we have. And we have people on our teams that mean the world to us, because the phrase, what if this could change everything? Plexus trademarked that phrase, because for so many, it literally has changed everything. Like she's talking about, your story is so moving, and I am so grateful for you and so grateful for the gift of Plexus bringing us together. Y'all, we were right next door to each other at the Gaylord. It was fun.
It was
We had We had some good times and a lot of laughs walking to our meetings. I'm not going to kid. Maybe said some things we shouldn't, but I can't tell you because my mom is on this call. So anyway. Jennifer Leath, if you will do me the gracious honor, I would love to pray over you, your family, and your business.
Thank you.
Just real quickly. Dear Lord, thank you so much for Jennifer. Thank you for her one plexus spirit, Lord. Thank you for her being so willing to just jump in and say, yes, I can do this. Lord, I just got back from an exhausting trip, 15-hour road trip yesterday. I didn't feel like leading a call tonight. Lord, I'm just so glad that I can turn to a friend and she says, yes, I'm there. Put me down. And Lord, I'm just so grateful that not only is she here, but just her words and how they've spoken, I know, to each person on this call. Lord, I thank you for that. I pray over her kiddos. I pray over her husband. I pray, Lord, may you continue to pour out your richest blessings upon her household, upon her family, and upon her business. Lord, we pray all of these things in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
And bless, what's her name? Snow. What was her first name?
Melissa.
Bless Melissa Snow in Jesus' name. Am I right? Thank you so much, Jennifer Leath. We love you. We are thankful for you. Thank you so very much. You guys, if you want to find out how to win a pineapple blanket, stick around. I guess. Okay, so I got home yesterday and I didn't get to order any active yesterday, but I'm gonna be grateful because I got home and I had a box from corporate that they sent the diamonds, but I pulled out the blanket. It's beautiful and I love it, but I would really like to share it with someone on our team who didn't get one. Okay, so I'm gonna make this easy peasy lemon squeezy. If you did not get, if you got just the bags of active, you can participate. If you did not get one of the Turkish towels, is what they're called. It's meant to be a beach towel. You can use it as a blanket. You can use it as, I guess you probably don't want to use it as a regular towel. That'd be weird. But they're awesome. And so if you were not able to order a combo, we're gonna make this super easy. I am right now thinking of a number. I told you it's gonna be easy. Between 1 and 100. Whoever is closest in the chat that did not get a combo wins the Turkish towel. And if everyone on here got a combo, then I'm keeping my dang blanket. But if someone didn't, then it's yours. Okay, go ahead, put your guesses between 1 and 100. They'll start texting people and be like, if you didn't get a combo, get on the call now. You can earn Ambers. Okay, we've got some guesses coming in. Yes, they are beautiful. Vicki, have you already gotten yours? Oh, she already got hers. That Dallas, we got our Dallas warehouse doing the shipping now, getting to you quick. Do we only have one guess? I only see one number in the chat. One guess. One.
See, we're great. We're grateful. We are not complaining. We are.
No, this isn't about it. I'll be real honest with you. I don't need another blanket. I think it's beautiful, but I got blankets coming out the wazoo, okay? So this is not about any of you not being grateful. This is simply about, I don't know what it's about. Okay, anybody else need to put a number in? If not, then we have a winner.
That's awesome.
All right, Amira, you get it, girl. You get the blanket. You get the blanket. What? All right, that is exciting. Message me on Facebook your shipping address and I will get it sent out to you.
Hey, the Georgia warehouse says ours will be here tomorrow.
Nice.
So there you go. Yay,
Nice.
Georgia.
Nice. My number was 22. My girl Allie, 22. I wrote it down just in case someone was like, you didn't pick my number, it was close. I wrote it down just in case, but we only have one number put in, so that's awesome. All right, Robin got hers in Oklahoma. Awesome. This is an after party at this point. Oh, Lynn, hey, I got my shirt. My rocks don't end where your fears begin.
Hey, was your box
I'm
that
still
was
recording.
accumulated the real stuff, like what you ordered in it? Was your box